Fatboy, give us some lists. Well, guess what? I got some lists coming for you. We got a list today. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, and welcome into Fatboy Fragrance Reviews. You know who I am, the Eagles fan, baby. The #1 shield-free reviewer in Fragcom is your boy, Fatboy Fragrance, the original Fatboy. Don't you forget it. All right, let's go. Sample this one at fatboyfragrance.com. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. And we're going to get all up in this one. I got a great list. It's a long one too, baby. That's what she said. Let's go. And you know how we do it. No edits, no do-overs. One take. And one take, and I always get it right. Fatboy Fragrance Reviews starts now.
The following video has been Fatboy approved. These are the shield-free opinions of Fatboy. Every product reviewed is bought and paid for by Fatboy. Yeah.
All right, so Fatboy, can we get some lists? All right, I'll give you a list. This list is about spring fragrances, okay? These are, to me, my go-to, like, #1 spring fragrance designer choices, hands down. Without a doubt, these are the best ones for me. Maybe they'll help be for you too. No particular order. Let's just go. First one up from Boss, we have Boss Bottled Marine. Oh yeah, this one is hard to get, but if you can get a bottle, get it. Oh God, this is one of the best aquatic fragrances I have. I love wearing it anytime the weather starts to warm up. Boss Bottled Marine, definitely one of my favorites, no doubt. All right, next up, Invictus Intense. I like to wear this. People say they like to wear this in the fall. I like to wear this in the spring, especially early spring. It's just my favorite Invictus when in certain moods I'm in. I'd rather wear this than any other Invictus out there. Oh, God, I love this fragrance. This is such a damn good fragrance. Invictus Intense, no doubt, from Paco Rabanne. This one immediately went into my spring and summer list regardless. Versace Eros Energy. Citrus, beautifully done. Love this fragrance. This is, to me, an easy pickup, a home run, and will always now be in my spring rotation. Next up, of course, you got to have this one. This is impossible not to have in your spring and summer and fall and year round. But to me, this is when this one shines the most. And that is Louis Vuitton's Imagination. This one right here will definitely hit the spot. There's plenty of inspirations out there. You don't have to drop the real money. There's pretty ones that are pretty close to it. But this one right here to me is a go-to for the spring. And it will always be one of my go-tos. Next up, from the house of Thierry, from Hermes, we have Très Fresh. Another one kind of hard to get, but Très Fresh has I've been rocking Très Fresh since the minute I got it. This is one of the best fragrances. I loved it. God, it is just so good. This, when you know that you're wearing this, because nothing else here smells like this. This is such a citrus, beautiful citrus fragrance. Oh my God. Nobody does citrus better than Hermes, no doubt. Amazing fragrance, Très Fresh from Hermes. Now I'm just showing off, but every spring I wear this fragrance. And it's about the only time I ever wear it. I just show it off more than anything else. I don't have a lot left. And that is Superman and Fresh from Jean Paul Gaultier. I'm not going to spray it now because I don't want to waste it, but this is my go-to for the spring. I wear it for like 2 or 3 days in a row. I love this fragrance. It is one of the ones that just, when I got it, I was so happy I had it, and I've had it forever. And this one is just always going to be on my spring list. It's just great. All right, next up from the house, we'll do 2 from Chanel real quick, okay? We have 2 from Chanel. Of course, a L'Eau Homme Sport Extreme. Come on, guys. Seriously, if that's not on your go-to spring list, then you don't have a go-to spring list for designer fragrances. And the newest one, Superlegra, for sure, is a go-to one now. This one will always be on my go-to list. And another Chanel will always be on my go-to list too, is this bad boy right here. Keeping it old school, man. You gotta have some old school flavor in here too. Bleu de Chanel, the original one, to me, it's just one of those ones you have to have on your spring list. This is where this fragrance shines. You know, don't worry about smelling like everybody else. You're still really cool wearing Bleu de Chanel, I promise you. All right, next up, we have from the House of Prada, and it's a few years old now. We have Prada Luna Rosa Ocean, the original one. Love this for spring. The caramel note's really nice. This one just screams ocean caramel, beautifully done. Love it for the spring though, more in the spring than the summer. Oh, I love that fragrance, amazing. One from Valentino Uomo. This is Valentino Uomo's Aqua. Oh man, this is one of the most slept on Valentinos around. Hard to get. Dua does do a clone of it called Smoky Heart Home if you want to pick that up. This is a leather aquatic fragrance that just delivers, and it's near the top of my list as far as favorite fragrances in the spring. All right, one that people kind of are divisive about, but I always wear it in the spring and I love wearing it. I got 2 boxes of this bad boy. I got 2 more of these bad boys sitting in the back. And that's Bulgari's Aqua Amara. I love Aqua Amara. It's my kind of fragrance. I love a good grimy orange. And it lasts for freaking ever. This is a fragrance you definitely want to wear in the spring. All right, next up we have one from Polo. We have Polo Parfum, Polo Red Parfum. Really, really good. Until Polo 67 came out, this was the second best one, no doubt. But I chose this one because this one does have more of a sweet vibe to it. And oh God, that's so good. And I like to wear that in the spring. That's definitely more of my style in the spring. All right, next up we have from Kenzo Home EDP. You've got to have Kenzo Home EDP in your spring and summer list. This is a go-to. If you ain't got it now, get it. All right, next up from the House of Bulgari, we have Bulgari's Rain Man Essence. This is a fantastic fragrance. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Acqua di Gio Essenza, actually. Has that vibe, and it's really good. And I did not pull down Essenza this year, so I pulled this down instead. I kind of replaced this with Essenza for spring. Love wearing this fragrance. Next up from Tom Ford, we have Azure Lime. Kind of a fougere citrus fragrance. You got to have a little grown-up fragrance sometime in your spring. Fantastic fragrance there. All right, these are my go-to spring ones. We're getting down to the end here. We have 5 left. From Dior, we have Dior Homme Cologne. I could have chose Sport, I could have chose O, but I went with Cologne this year. This is going to be my springtime one. I've got a brand new bottle coming. I lost the cap on that one, so I'll be able to wear this more. I also have Mercedes-Benz Cologne. Same thing, basically. Or Jimmy Choo Man Ice is a lot like it too, but this one definitely needs to be worn in the spring. All right, from Acqua di Gio, we have Acqua di Gio Profundo Parfum. Not the older Parfum, but Parfum. Came out last year. This one is going to take the place of Profundo Lights for me. I just think it's a great fragrance for the spring. I love this fragrance. It's not my favorite one, but it's definitely worth wearing in the spring. All right, next up we have YSL Lip. YSL, I think this is YSL Intense. There we go, Y Intense. Wanted to mix it up a little bit with the YSLs. I think this one was the perfect one to go with. Yeah, YSL Y Live Intense. I'll put it right there in the description so you can see it. This one's fantastic. I love this fragrance. Great one to wear on a spring date, a nighttime when you're going on a date or something. Definitely great one for the early parts of spring, no doubt. All right, we got 2 left. These are 2 classic fragrances, 2 bangers deserve to be in your collection. Of course, Prada L'Homme. Keep it simple. Prada L'Homme. Not intense, not absolute, but Prada L'Homme for the spring. Perfect fragrance. Definitely must have. And then last but not least, YSL L'Homme Bleu Electrique is just one of my go-tos. I've already worn this. I'm ready to get. I wear this more than you think, a lot. Love this fragrance. It gets great reaction from people. These are my go-to spring fragrances. Let me know in the comments what your top 5 go-to fragrances are in the spring. And if you want to sample most of these, you can at fatboyfragrance.com. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe if you're not already. And if you have, thank you so much for being a part of this family. Y'all have a great day. And I always tell you, baby, if you smell good and you feel good, and it's gonna be all good. Fatboy Fragrance Reviews is out.
Smell that, fat boy, ain't no shill in his set. Paid for the bottles, never duck the debt. Authenticity, dripping every cent I get. Frauds need a